Welcome out to the original Gordito podcast. It is Monday, April 28th. Is it April 28th?
It is.
Already?
I mean, flew by.
For being stuck indoors, April has just flown by. But yeah, we're going to start you off with this week's Vinyl Vibe. Going to spin you a little 45 RPM, little Led Zeppelin, A Whole Lot of Love. Let's check it out. All right.
That was a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a good little pickup off of Hybrid Records Instagram.
Nice.
Again, I was able to snag that one up. I snagged some Led Zeppelin. I snagged... had a good week a couple weeks ago. I also got some Alice Cooper.
What?
So we'll be playing that in the coming weeks, and also some David Ruffin, which also includes some Temptations cuts. Also, it's his solo album, but he put some Temptation songs on there.
Cool. I'm excited
as well. So lots to look forward to. I didn't pick up anything last week. I didn't find anything. There was a Linda Ronstadt that I wanted, but it was already sold by the time I tried to get it. So that's kind of like the fun, and it's also it's both a pro and a con of this digital buying records. I like it because one, I never made it to the record store as often as I wanted to.
Right.
When you go, it is so time consuming, right? When you go to a record store, you gotta you can't just go and pick out something. You almost gotta go and sift through, and if you're lucky, you get through 3 or 4 or 5 bins before it's just like, okay, let me pick out something that I want. So with this, it's kind of great because it's from the record store, but it's also kind of curated by the owner, and he's a really knowledgeable guy, and he picks out a little bit of something for everybody, and so it's cool. So it kind of like it's always good stuff. Everything he posts is good. It's just if something catches your eye, you're kind of in a race to like
get it first,
right? Because sometimes it's the end of the day. Usually I'll check it like at night. Like when I'm already going to bed, I'm like, oh, hey, let me, like, as I'm falling asleep, I'll browse and see, what's on there that I like. And then he does Fresh Friday when he puts out a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, so I didn't get anything last week. There's a Linda Ronstadt that I wanted that went, and then there was another one also that I forgot what it was that I tried to get, but we'll see. Maybe. But
I'm excited with what you got there.
Yeah, but I had a good week a couple weeks ago, so I'm not worried because I made some good scores, and they were all, these are not weren't like super expensive or anything like that. So, It
was a good vibe today. I liked it.
Yeah, definitely. How's your one? Let's acknowledge where it's not Monday. Let me correct myself. I said Monday.
Oh, yes.
It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I did not feel like I decided not to podcast last night.
Yes, you did.
Very rare instance that I decided not to do that. I just felt like I was too physically tired.
Yeah.
To do a podcast. And I ended up not feeling well the rest of the night. I think I kind of overexerted myself a little bit. This past week post web series release, right? Last week we talked about how I just delved into that, and I was here in this chair for a week editing, and it just from the time I woke up, and that's what I was doing all day, every day. On the flip side of that coin, I went last week and made this past week my week of honeydews. I
mean, I've loved it.
Yeah. No complaints on your part.
None at all.
All right. But yeah, I just kind of felt like, okay, well, one, I need to get a little active. I've been a little more sedentary than normal. So started off by cleaning off the patio.
Yes.
Well, what started it was I was sitting out. We love to sit out on the patio.
Yes.
Right. And while our patio wasn't like disgusting, was never,
Yeah.
There was things, it was unorganized. It wasn't set up. We had this one part on our wall of our house.
Yeah.
They had some like little green fuzzy mold. I don't know if it was from rain runoff. It was just in one patch of the wall. Yeah. And it always bothered the hell out of me. But I never made time to go out there and, actually
to clean it
and scrub it off. It's a process to get rid of that.
That is what started this whole thing. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, so I was out there one day. So I went out there and I sprayed it down and I hosed it off. And it came off, but ended up doing it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, throughout that day. And I had the kids running around. And you were somewhere that day. I don't know where. Or you weren't feeling well. You missed a good chunk of it. I think maybe you had to go to the store.
Maybe.
I think you went to the store. And so I was here. And it worked out. Louis was helping out watching Lindsay, and Josh was helping out watch her too. So I was able to spend some time outside, and then I'd come inside and check on them. And I was feeling very muy, Mr. Dad.
Mr. Dad.
I got this, man. I can work outside and watch the kids. I think I even started prepping dinner.
I think you did, yes.
That day too. I was like,
man,
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means?
Super dad mode that day, yeah.
And then from that, well, 'cause I had to hose it off. I started hosing off the patio. So then I started, let me sweep up this patio. And then I threw down some Dawn on the patio and I got the broom. I started scrubbing it with the broom. Bien Mexicana. That's like old lady,
babe,
old Mexican lady. I got the good, because we got that big old straw broom outside. I got that straw broom and started pushing it.
I had no clue you'd clean the floor.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I got it as clean as possible. We had a lot of soot places. I washed most of the soot off. Then I started rearranging it because we have a futon out there, right, for when we have guests. But I never get to sit on the futon.
This is true.
Because the futon had its back facing the yard. And I like to face out into the yard. Our neighbors got some nice trees and some nice flowers and stuff. I watch their shit.
And then the
birds hit on there. We get to see the sunset back there. It's really a pretty nice patio.
Yeah.
And yet it's shaded. Our patio is always in the shade. So it's great. You can see the sun, but you're not in the sun.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Best of both worlds, right? But I never get to enjoy the futon. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to move the futon over to our side. Right. Move our little patio set on the other side.
Yeah.
You were resistant to it.
Yes.
At first, it was so great. I almost slept out there that night.
You're so silly. I cannot believe
I love sleeping outside. I was so down to sleep out there.
Okay, I just said I can't believe you would do that, but then I totally fell asleep out there yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, you took a nap out there. You got to take a nap out there before I have gotten to take a nap out there.
That's funny. I did.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was
very nice. So, but I could have stopped there. I was like, we got the patio set up. We enjoyed that.
But there's still stuff we're going to do to it.
No. We're not done with the patio. We have goals and aspirations. We spent, especially during this quarantine. We've always spent a lot of time out there, but now with the quarantine, I mean, we're
home all day.
We're pretty much out there all day.
Yeah,
every day, and it's great. So then, the one thing I can't do is I don't have my lawnmower. My lawnmower's broken, so I still have a yard man.
Yeah.
If not, I would have gone out there and pushed. Except now our yard man's, a podcast listener.
Yeah.
And a friend.
We have to find out his business name so we can say it on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm like in this dilemma of I want to give our friend business,
of course,
right? And plus, it saves me a lot of work
of having to do it yourself.
To do it myself, but at the same time, there's a lawnmower in there that I could get fixed. And I have the time right now. It's kind of a catch-22.
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
So what you do is you call our friend to do it one time out of the month.
And I do the other?
Do the other.
Oh, look at you.
Babe.
Problem solving.
Babe.
Okay.
Down.
We're going to spread the wealth. All right, Bernie Sanders, I got you.
Hey.
But he came, he was able to come.
Yes.
And then you had the foresight, Mrs. Luna.
Don't even know why. Yes.
When this whole quarantine stuff happened, you went and bought, got what we needed because we were like, okay.
And it wasn't that I was quarantine shopping.
Right.
It was our regular grocery shopping. It just happened to be on that day that all this shit was
right.
going on.
I think the discussion we had I was like, get what we normally would get. And then maybe like if there is, get like an extra thing.
Yeah.
Like we normally buy a box of Pop-Tarts. Mm-hmm. Get 2 boxes.
Buy 2. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Be
reasonable.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it's reasonable, and I said if it's not available, don't freak out about it. Like it's fine. They'll restock. Right. But on that shopping trip, not only did you come home with the groceries, you came home with a kiddie pool, an inflatable pool,
inflatable family
for the
pool.
kids, family pool. It was like a 10-foot inflatable pool.
Yeah.
And it made sense when we like normally that's something that I would question. I don't like frivolous spending. I'm not. But one, I also don't tell you what to do with your money. But normally, I still would have made a comment like, "All right," but it made sense. I was like, "No, this makes sense to me because I know what that means. That's hours of entertainment for kids.
Yes,
especially my kids. They're like me. I grew up in the water babies. When I was a kid, I lived in the pool from the day after school got out and then until the day before school. I used to get dropped off at the pool and was there all day. We got out to eat lunch and went back afterwards. And so I was like, yeah, this makes sense. But we didn't set it up right away. Mm-hmm. You were smart enough, like, no,
I just
let them get bored of everything else.
Yes.
Right. Just this week, Louis how long has quarantine been going?
I think that we're on week 6.
6. So about 5 weeks, because this was talking about last week, before we heard the B word.
Right.
From the kids. And I'm not talking about bitch.
No.
I'm talking about bored.
Yeah.
Which, so thankful. I don't know if anyone else has had this experience with their kids, but our kids have been amazing about that. I have not heard anybody complain about wanting to go somewhere, about being bored. Like, we're the ones that are like,
I gotta get out of this fucking house.
Yeah, they're totally. Louis just says it's because of the corona.
Yeah.
He's more upset about not being able to see the people he wants to see.
Yeah,
like he wants to see some of his cousins and his friends.
His friends.
But he wants people to come, and he doesn't even want to leave here. He wants them to come over here.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, no one's coming over here right now, buddy.
Doors closed right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the first week that I heard him to say bored.
Yes.
And he'll say it's because of the corona. It's the corona's fault. He said it's coronavirus's fault. And so we waited him out.
Yeah.
And then when we started to feel that rumble, then we told him about the pool. Mm-hmm. So he had that to look forward to. We were like, when the yard guy comes, then we'll put up the pool.
Yeah.
And so we did. He came Friday, and as soon as he left, I set up the pool and filled it up.
It wasn't even done filling up, and we were already inside.
Y'all were ready to get in there. It was hot.
It was so hot.
It was there.
It was perfect.
So that is that it. I felt like I kept doing. I think I took most of the weekend off. I don't think I did too much. Did some cooking. Oh, I cleaned my grill. My griddle. Yeah. My griddle had pretty much been unused throughout the winter. And I thought I could have sworn I had cleaned it off, but it needed a very deep cleaning, and so I had to clean it, scrape it down, re-season it. It was a
whole process
thing to then cook dinner, and then yesterday, talk about honeydews that have been on the list. I'm almost ashamed to admit to this, but we're transparent on the OG podcast. Go ahead and tell how long, because I don't remember. How long would you say that you have lived without a light in your garage, Mrs. Luna?
At least a year.
A year? That long?
Uh-huh. At least a year.
A year?
Yes.
Wow. I am really good at procrastinating. I had no idea. Like, I'm really good.
But no, babe, you were so busy. Like, you had no time in your schedule for that kind of shit, really. Really, truly, you didn't.
I was busy. Also, I didn't have a ladder in this house that I could confidently get up on that high.
Yes.
Which was a big thing. Finally, we made the investment.
Got a good ladder.
Because I'm trying to get some stuff done. We got a ladder that will hold a man of my stature. and so I was able to fix the garage light. It took me 2 days.
Yes.
I'm no Mr. Fix-It. I'm no handyman. I can do some things. I
was surprised when you said you could fix it.
No, I've done it before. So in the first house that I bought.
Oh wait, maybe I did know that.
Yeah, in the first house that I got, it was a major fixer-upper. Mm-hmm. Partially on purpose, because I didn't grow up fixing stuff. My dad was not a patient man when it came to teaching stuff. Mm-hmm. So he knew how to do stuff. He was, he was a mechanic in the Army and stuff like that. So he knew basic, how to fix it. And he'd put up our, ceiling fans and shit like that all the time. So I knew that it was a thing you could do. I just didn't know, he never taught me how to do it.
Yeah.
So when I bought my first house, I was excited the fact that it needed so much work because it was almost like my practice pad. It's okay if I fuck this up because I'm not really going to stay in this house for very long. So I learned how to do some like drywall patching stuff. I learned how to do some light electrical, so
I had no idea.
So I had some confidence, not good. Like it's not like it'll work. Like cosmetically, does it always, it comes out. It always comes out a little iffy. Like you gotta flick it twice. Like
I saw some tape up there. I was worried for a minute.
Oh yeah. You almost ended up with masking tape up there. You certainly did almost end up with masking tape up there. Because let me explain what happened, okay? I'm no electrical genius. But up there, the part, I took off what I needed and said, this is what I need. And they gave me what I need. But for some reason, the way it was wired originally, those numbers didn't match up. It didn't have the right type of holders on the end for the lights. The wires didn't match up, so I had to rewire something completely. And it turns out I never had to do that.
Shut up.
Yeah, because if I would have just had the right one, it would have matched the wires. So there's T12, not to get too technical, there's T12s and there's T8s. Our thing said it was a T12, but it was wired like a T8. So what I should have been buying was a T8. And when I finally did today, I finally went back today and got the right thing. And it worked perfectly. Wow. Right. So I probably didn't have to, I think I even booted y'all out of the house so I could do it.
Yes, you did. You were like, you probably want to be gone for half a day.
Right. Because I was because it's one of those things that could take 30 minutes. It could end up taking me the whole day, depending on how bad things go. because while I know I can do it, I'm not confident I'm just gonna do it on the first try. Some shit's gonna go wrong. Let's just hope it's not me electrocuting myself. And so in that way I didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
I didn't fall off the ladder. I didn't shock myself. It was just so I stayed positive on it. A trip to McCoy's. They didn't have what we need.
No.
3 trips to Lowe's if you count the original one to get the first part.
Right.
And then we had to return some shit. At one point, I thought it was just the lamp holders that was wrong. I bought new lamp holders that don't fit on our little on the actual frame of the light. That's where the masking tape came from. Because when they didn't fit, I tried to make them fit by taping them on there. That was the Mexican. That was my dad. That was 100%. That's the shit. My dad. When you talk about like people that are like Mexican ingenuity and Mexicans fixing shit with duct tape, that was my dad. Unapologetically, like he was not totally like, hey, just tape it up. Like just put some tape on it. It's fine. It doesn't matter how it looks.
Just as long as it works.
Does it work?
Oh shit. Well, I'm glad we got the tape down.
My dad was bien rancho. So if I had got it to work with the masking tape, would you?
No, I would have had someone come fix it.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have left it like that if it had worked. If the masking tape had worked.
Babe, something catches on fire. I don't know. No, I would have had someone come fix it.
Okay, so it's a good thing I got it fixed today. Then.
Yeah.
Got that fixed today. I even did the floodlight, the motion light.
The motion sensor light, on the driveway.
Got the... What else?
Knocking out those.
What else we got, babe? What, I'm running.
I'm making a list.
I'm running out of stuff now.
Oh, boy! Shit. I'm making a list.
Motherfucking Bob Vila, Tool the Man, Tim the Tool Man, Taylor.
I'm waiting for you to say you need one of those tool belts.
What? Oh shit! Do they got a 54? They got a.
I'm gonna look.
Does DXL sell tool belts? Shit. I even the way I got through this, I channeled my father. That's what I did. I even had so much fun that I made a video. It started off as just an Instagram post, and it turned out being a whole little 2-minute video on if my dad would have been alive now, if he would have had his own DIY channel, because the way even as a kid, I was like, yeah, like I saw him shock himself on a fan one time, trying to fix a fan. I've seen him set shit on fire. Like my dad very much was like a Mexican Tim the Toolman Taylor, except he never claimed to be like the best, but he would definitely tape and glue some shit together.
That's crazy.
He would have 5 different types of screws on something, and but it worked. It always worked.
But it worked. Yeah.
So what's next? What's on the agenda for sure that I gotta do? I got some branches in the backyard I need to cut.
Definitely, because that's right on the roof.
We got a smoke detector.
Oh, for sure.
That's been down for like 2 or 3 months. We still have another one.
Yes.
We have the one that's tied to our
alarm.
Our alarm system is there. We just somehow ended up with 2. And so it needs to go back up.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that. Now that I got the ladder.
Okay.
The ladder is the key.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
You might get some Christmas lights this year, girl.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first.
I said might. Again? Said might get some Christmas lights. Some Christmas lights. Don't you say nothing about getting up on the fucking roof. All right, we ain't going on Clark Griswold with this shit. 1.21 gigawatts, 1,000 individual strands of lights. Joy to the world.
Ay.
No, I said some lights, like some little icicles, icicle lights.
No,
that everyone had for like
forever.
Ever.
No. Mm-mm. Okay, we'll see.
No, I was like, people like, oh look, they're icicles. Like, doesn't look like icicles. It does look like lights falling off the house.
Okay, ready? Jesse said Caesar's lawn business is going to be called.
Gonna be called.
Because he didn't have a name.
So then can we say? Because we don't want no one to snatch up the DBA.
Oh, so should I wait?
Yeah, wait. Whoa,
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wait till he gets it. Because I don't want no one to take his name. What if it's a really dope name?
It is. I'm kind of excited.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Don't say it then.
Okay.
All right. To be determined. Well, I'll let you know who my lawn man is. You could have the same lawn man as the original Gordito podcast.
Heck yeah.
Does a great job.
He does.
Family man.
So good.
Does a good job. His son comes with him.
Yes.
Our neighbors even snatched him up.
Yep.
Our neighbors are caught my neighbor hollering at my yard man. Said, hey, yo.
Nerve.
She actually came over here.
The nerve.
She knocked on the door. First of all, who the fuck knocks on someone's door
I don't even know.
anymore, right? Came over here to ask me for his phone number. Wow. Or she goes, if you can give me his number or if I can give you my number to give to him.
And you're like, yeah, I'll take your number, girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'll give it to him though. And if you, I don't know if he's taking additional clients right now, ma'am.
Because this is primo. This is primo deal.
You know what I'm
right
saying?
here.
So he's a family friend. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what his clientele looks like. I don't know if he has time to be doing your yard and my yard. So, you know.
But yeah, so he does her yard too.
And then, depending how long this quarantine goes, definitely a goal to start painting some rooms in the house. I've been here with you in the house since what, 2016?
Yes.
Okay, and it's always been an observation of mine. Our walls are blank. Like very, very blank. Like it looks like we rent the house. Like, and that we're not allowed to paint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people that, like, that's what I think when I walk in a house and none of the shit's painted. Like any kind of like colors. I'm like, oh, this isn't your house, huh? This is like renter, like off Home Depot. Like just like just give me white. Like no, you don't want a color, and like no, just
babe, it's not even white. It's like a cream.
Yeah, it's like white number 2.
Babe, it is not even white.
It's white
totally
number 2.
cream.
Okay, it's white number 3. It's like it's like they didn't want to do it white, so they were like, give me an off white.
Boy, please.
Give me an eggshell.
It's cream. It is not even white at all. It's cream.
Okay. Well,
but anyway.
But it's all over the house. Like there's not a room in our house that is not this color. True?
True.
Okay. So I'm just talking about adding just a little bit of color. Start off by doing the boys' room.
But see, like
they're here more often. I want to make it more homey for them. So we're gonna start off clean the boys' room. Painting that up. That way you can see, like, look what character it adds to the house. And then maybe we'll do Lindsay's room. So then we're working up to doing the living room and the dining room. What? And eventually I want to add a backsplash to the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Babe, babe, I got time on my hands, babe.
When is this quarantine over? Babe, every room?
Yeah.
Okay, but let me ask you a serious question.
Okay.
Like, are you painting or are we painting?
I mean, I would like it if we paint. I think it's a very good bonding experience. I feel like we can learn a lot about each other. I think we could grow together. Teamwork. It's something that we can like look at, like can be like, we did that. But if you don't want to, I mean, I understand too. What do you think?
So, like, if I was sitting here on the TV
while I'm in there
eating chips,
sweating my ass off, I mean, I'll forgive you. I mean, I might not. be like excited about it when it happens.
But see, this is something you want to do. This is not something we want to do.
Babe, you wouldn't go in there and paint with me? Hold up. Is that what you're saying right now? On this podcast? You're saying you wouldn't go in there and paint with me?
Babe.
I'm a little bit like little. Dude, just do the trim. Just around like a little. Do like around the light sockets and shit like that.
Babe.
You know what you're telling me right now? She said, I'm eating chips. Not even I'm taking a nap. I'm taking care of the baby. Helping the kids with their schoolwork. I have a Zoom meeting for work. Would you know, because then I would understand. I would understand that. Like, if she's got something else to go do. She doesn't want to paint. Right? She can't paint right now. But she's taking care of shit so that I could do this. But you were like, no, I'm in here watching Netflix. I'm eating some chips. I got my feet up. Painting my nails. I got food coming from Favor.
Holy shit.
Doing a crossword puzzle. You know, just chilling. Living my best life.
Holy.
Do you not like color that much?
No.
Or do you just not like painting?
I don't like painting. Walls.
What have you painted?
Walls? I've lived other places besides here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know if your family hires paint. Did your mom just hired someone to paint her bedroom?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so I didn't know if your family, some people have never experienced painting their own house. Mm-hmm. Some people have always just hired painters.
Yeah. No, I've painted.
Oh, okay. Like growing wait, hold on. You didn't pick this cream, did you? Okay, I was like, I just realized that, like, maybe, like, what if this house was colored and you went and picked, like, how much trouble would I fucking be in right now if, like, you picked white number 4?
It is not white. It is cream.
Okay, cream number 2.
But I like it.
I mean, obviously, you bought the house.
I mean, I like it a lot.
And no, you're right. It's not white. It's just, but when you put it against everything else, it's white.
It's just blah.
For all intents and purposes. I'm a fan of the accent wall, and I know that's outdated now, but I'm a fan.
My parents did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably would.
We're gonna warm you up to it. We're gonna start off with the boys' room.
Mm-hmm. No. I'm saying I probably would paint with you. Maybe. I don't know. Not like I don't know. I don't know.
I think I want to do Lindsay's like a minty green.
No.
Like a light. You just said no.
No.
You just said no.
No.
Like, why not?
No. Where are you getting minty green? Her room is lavender and floral.
Right, but if you did the green with the floral, I'm not doing no floral. We're gonna do floral.
She has floral in her room. She has wreaths and floral.
Oh, okay, we'll discuss that. We'll take her. But I'm not gonna paint her walls purple. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's like Disney Channel shit.
A nice lavender.
We can figure something out. Mm-hmm. It's understated, right? And get her some nice curtains.
Subtle.
Yeah, subtle. Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking like royal purple.
No, like pastels.
Yeah.
Feel that. You see? It's a vibe. Paint's a vibe. It's very important, right? With paint and color, you can kind of set the mood that you want.
That's what you also do with how you decorate and the things that you accent too.
True, but we're not ready to go buy a new couch right now. So paint's a quicker and easier way to get that experience. To rejuvenate a room. Listen, follow me for more.
You're at home.
Babe, I'm trying to go HG. Babe, I can fix the garage light, all right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sky's the limit.
I mean, you are a jack of all trades.
I'm waiting for HGTV to call, like right now. Like, where's the phone? Like, hey, let's do it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can see it now. You're going to have a cooking show.
Property Primos.
And a HGTV show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, true that. And Travel Channel también.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do on Travel Channel?
Travel.
Well, duh, but what kind of travel hosting shit are you going to do?
Probably just rip off David Tell.
Travel.
The original comedy travel show. Did you ever watch Insomniac?
I don't know.
Are you a David Tell fan?
I mean, your definition of fan and my definition of fan.
Did you watch the show? You know who he is?
No, I did not watch the show.
Okay. He did a show on Comedy Central called Insomniac, where it was like it was whatever city he was in, traveling in, performing in that week. And then after the show at night, the idea was that he was an insomniac. So instead of going to his hotel room, he'd stay up all night and visit the people that work late night in that town. So he might go to, it was like dirty jobs before dirty jobs. A lot of them ended up being weird shit. He'd go to a mortuary or a dairy farm in one town, whatever that town was like known for, and basically visit the night shift on various jobs and shit like that.
Interesting.
And like if there was like something quirky about that town, late night shit, he'd visit that as well. It's kind of cool. It was all U.S. based. It was U.S. travel. You know, I don't think he ever took it like international or anything like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Or if I did, I don't remember.
David Tell's cool, and it was a cool show. I mean, I don't know if it would probably hold up now. We could probably find some old episodes.
Okay.
What have we been watching? Let's talk about that.
Watched Orange County. I had never seen it.
So I love watching older movies from my teenage years. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Right.
You so much don't like watching stuff you've already seen.
There are very few things that I can rewatch, and especially rewatch it like more than like 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Right. And I love rewatching stuff, especially if I haven't seen it in a while. No. Right. So the game that we normally play is for me to find stuff that is nostalgic for me that you somehow missed,
right, and
didn't get to see. And we found one. I quote it very often.
Yes, you do.
Right? Jack Black's Orange County. You know, I got all these ideas, man. Just like Stussy was just a guy, you know, and I do this shit. And now you got to, I got you to watch it. You got to put actually hear how it's supposed to sound, how it's actually said.
It was a cool movie. I liked it. Yeah.
You liked it? You dug it? Colin Hanks. He's not the best part of the movie.
Not at all.
But what I didn't understand as a young person, as a teenager, right? Not understanding fully how heavily loaded that movie was comedically. Like I mean, he was acting with, like, even Jack Black looked out of place in the scenes that were with John Lithgow and Catherine O'Hara and Leslie Mann, and who played Bob.
I don't even.
The old man, and fucking Gary Marshall.
So many
was in it. Harold Ramis was in it. Kevin Kline was in it. Like it's like wow, like
it's just crazy.
Yeah, you had a lot of really fucking like Lily Tomlin.
Yes,
was in it. Like so, when you put Colin Hanks and Jack Black in and around this cast of like comedy fucking these are the people that wrote the book on comedic acting. You know. Yeah, they look out of place. Like, oh, okay, like your timing's not there.
Yeah,
you know. But and he was young. I think that was like maybe his first like big role.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly. You know, I know he has like a show now or something like that, and I'm glad to see he has a career. But I liked it because at certain points in there were certain modulations that his voice made that sounded a lot like his dad, right? Like, because that's what you do after high school. And it's like, oh man, he sounds like his daddy. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and what I liked about it is it didn't sound like that's what he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to like do his dad like that. It's just
natural.
It just creeped out in that.
Yeah.
That, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, like to see like that little bit.
Yeah, it was a really cool movie.
So you liked Orange County?
It. Yeah,
we started. I want to talk about a show real quick that I've talked about on my Facebook, and gotten mixed reactions. I've gotten people that are really down with it, and people that think it's whack as fuck. And I'm talking about Black AF. Hashtag Black AF is the name of the show. And this follows the life of Kenya Barris, right? Who is the creator, writer, producer for a lot of shit. Right.
For Blackish, Grownish.
Right. Those are his big ones, but he's been involved with movies. He was involved with Coming to America. I mean, he's done a lot and very, very successful. But he's never put himself in the forefront of it. So I identify with him a lot in that, like I talked about last week with the show.
Yeah.
You know, I don't normally put myself in a major role in anything that I write. It's just a habit of mine. And so this is the first time that he was starring in it. He surrounded himself with some Rashida Jones plays his wife, right? It's a fictionalized version of himself is what it is. Shot documentary style. The premise of it is that his daughter's applying for NYU film school, and her project, excuse me, to get in is this show. Could you keep talking while I squeeze?
It was just a show about their life. And it was something like she could just shoot it on her phone, but her dad has to make everything bigger and better. Right.
She was like this. Right. And so that set the that was beautifully setting the premise for it. Right. Because she even says it like, it's just for an application. Like they just wanted to see me do something. I could have just done it on my iPhone. It would have been fine, but he hires this crew. And so she's this young girl, 18, 19 years old. And she's running basically this huge production of a documentary about her parents. And they're over the top and outlandish.
They're crazy over the top.
And they're really, I mean, he really dug into the whole anti-hero effect of it. Really just play like they're not likable characters,
right?
Like they don't have. So what I like that is he challenged the idea of the save the cat, right? Which is what's drilled into writers. Like your protagonist, your main character has to have a redeeming quality. There has to be something, and he he did a give and take when on the occasions that he did give you a redeeming quality, he immediately took it away.
Right.
And canceled it out. So it was, I like that he was challenging the standards of storytelling, right? And doing this. And I mean, were all the actors great? No, some of them were better than others. He has 6 kids in the show. So a lot of the, some child actors are they're either really good or they're really not. Like there's not a whole lot of in between with kid actors.
And do you know a lot about his life? Does he have 6 kids in real life?
No, and I don't know how much of that is real or anything like that. And the kind of interesting thing about the show is it didn't move me to look up anything about him. Like I don't care if it's real or not. Like I know it's a show. This is not him. Like
because normally I would have looked it up and I didn't.
Yeah, he was a character. He was playing a character, and it just happened to. Yeah. In it, he basically same name. He plays himself. He is a writer. Blackish is a show. That's the show that he works on. They talk about all the stuff that he's done and whatever. And he ties everything back to slavery. Yeah, every episode. He challenges a lot of stuff, and he talks about the Black community not being willing to critique their own art, right? And as far as what's good, and he has a great cameo by Tyler Perry where he talks about about only writing for Black audiences and stuff like that, and then they get into that discussion of well, what's wrong with that? Like why is that? Like why are you so in need of validation from everybody? From white America is what they go there. They don't pussyfoot around the race topic, and like that. He goes, you need validation. These people, maybe it's not Citizen Kane, but it relates to an audience and they understand it and it's for them and they want it. So what's wrong with giving it to them? Right. Like no one's telling you have to do it. Also, and then he comes to this realization because he's like looking down like on Black films. Right. Like on like the Medea stuff, and he goes and sees this movie that's supposedly in his mind horrible. But he feels like he can't come out and say that it's horrible because I'm a Black artist. I can't say another Black artist is trash. Yeah. Like you have to support. He goes, but then how does the art grow, right? If we don't police ourselves and critique ourselves, because white people aren't going to tell us it's trash, because then they'll be accused of being racist if they don't like our shit. It almost echoed a lot to what I say about female art, right? Like women, like if you don't police yourselves and say like, okay, just because it's a female project, doesn't make it good. Right, like you 100%. Right, you have to be willing. At some point, you have to be willing to say, and the same thing I go through it with Latinos. Like we can't just put an accent on everything. We can't just be cholos in everything. We'll never grow that way. Right, and no one's gonna tell us that. We have to tell ourselves that, right? Each other that. Like, hey man, like that's cool, that's funny, right? Like today I did a Mexican character, but if everything I put out like that, then where's the range? Where's the growth, right? The range, Yep. I've done my share of heavily Latino material, So I liked that he touched on those subjects a lot. He touched on the subjects of marriage, a lot about when someone is in support of someone that's creative, the sacrifices that they make, the potential pitfalls they're in there, resentment, loss of identity, shit like that. And he did it all in a very funny way. So that's why I like the show. I don't know where the people that didn't like it, that, like I said, that were on my Facebook. I had a couple people that said it was dumb, or one person said it's whack. Black AF is whack AF. You know, which is catchy. It was funny. Like it was a great cut. I don't know where that person's coming from. You know, maybe they saw it a different way. Maybe just maybe they're not seeing what I'm seeing, or maybe they're seeing something that I didn't see. You know, but I enjoyed it. I give the overall, you know, there definitely some better acting could have been in place, but I liked the storylines. I liked the story arc. I like where everyone went with it. And I'm gonna give it a 4. Okay. 4 Lunas for me. What about you?
I enjoyed it. There was some times that I was like, I don't know about it, but I mean, I was engaged and I wanted to see the next episode. So, okay. I'm going to go 3.5 Lunas.
Okay. So we have finished season 1, 3.5 for you, 4 for me, 3.75. So, I mean, give it a watch. If you liked Black as Fuck, if you like Blackish, or Grownish, or any of those, and if you like that fictionalized reality, if you like anything that's Office style with the cutaways and the interviews,
that's what I like.
If you like that style of show, it uses that style. He actually has a couple Office people in there. Or Rashida Jones plays the wife. She was on The Office, and the lady that played Angela. Her name fails me, but she's on there. As well. And lots of cameos, because this guy's been in the entertainment business before, so he gets a lot of people on there. So check that out. Next week I do want to talk about Booksmart. We finally got to see that.
Yes.
My recommendation, by the way, I wanted to see the movie about the girls.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yes, I've been asking you to see this movie,
but I don't think I knew what it was just kind of like,
I kept bringing it up because I thought you knew what it was, and every time I did, you were just kind of like, eh. I was like, all right, so I guess you don't want to see it. So we move on to something else. That's fine. Like, I really want to watch. I went through a little anxiety attack last night, so you kind of let me just pick whatever I wanted to watch. I was like, we started watching Waco.
Like a TV Nazi.
No, you do hold the remote.
But I'm not a TV Nazi. We usually watch whatever you want to watch. I'm just holding the remote.
Right, but nothing retro. It has to be something new.
Right.
So
but anyway, whatever.
But anyway, so I decided, like, let's watch this. And it was really funny. We haven't finished it yet. We'll talk about it next week. Dave is still going on. So amazing. I wish you watch that weekly with us. And then we'll talk about the whole season.
Yeah.
When it's all done.
Like that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, watch just what little Dicky, aka Dave Bird, or the other way around, is doing with that show. He created it, he wrote it, it's about him, he plays himself, fictionalized version of himself. So that concept is speaking to me a lot right now, because that's what I've been writing for Chingo. Obviously we're in a holding pattern right now because we can't go into production or anything of it, but I'm halfway through a season of a web series for him, where it's a fictionalized version of himself, but in an alternate timeline. In other words, if he had never had the success, it's we're really having fun with it. I'm really happy with the way it's come out so far. I hope that it gets to see life someday. I would love to see that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see something I've written come to life. We have a movie written too for him as well. So I was hoping 2020 was going to be the year that one of those is going to get made. 2020 probably not going to happen, but fuck it. There's hope for 2021.
2021.
Right. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. It's a late night. I got another day of fucking honeydews knocking them out. Y'all have a great week. Y'all be safe out there. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Give it a like. Give it a recommendation on iTunes. And we'll see y'all next week, guys. One love.